A Texas court, according to Raw's story, ruled this month that parents who allegedly stopped homeschooling their kids because they believed Jesus Christ was returning to earth were not exempt from state education regulations. Okay, well, that's good. You see, what the parents had done was decided, hey, listen, Jesus is coming anyway. What difference does it make? We'll pull the kids out of private school. We'll homeschool them, except we won't. We'll bring them to a warehouse owned by the brother of the husband, and we'll just sing songs all day. Because here comes the glory of the coming of the Lord. The only problem was that was 2004 and Jesus never arrived. They're still waiting. So now more from Raw's story. Tracy, who was the brother who gave him the warehouse, right? He's a twin brother actually of the dad in the case, said there that he never saw the children reading books, using computers, or doing arithmetic. Instead, the children were seen playing instruments and singing. Kumbaya, presumably. Now, the dad there is Michael McIntyre, and the wife is Laura McIntyre. Tracy McIntyre is, of course, the twin brother who, out of the goodness of his heart, good Christian, had given them the warehouse to homeschool the kids because there's a lot of them. And then they turn around and were like, yeah, not so much. We're not going to do that. Okay, so you know what he did finally? He's like, all right, that's it, you guys are gone. And he kicked them out of the warehouse. Good for you, because they're supposed to be teaching those kids, they're gonna need that education later. Tracy overheard one of the McIntyre children tell a cousin that they did not need to do schoolwork because they were going to be raptured. Well, look, if you earnestly believe it, there's some sense in that, right? But now we're trying to mix the logical world and the illogical world in some sort of, I hope those two worlds don't collide. And they might have collided in the McIntyre family. Because if you really believe that the rapture was right around the corner, what the hell would you need geometry for? Either Jesus is gonna come get you or he ain't, okay? And in one scenario, it's awesome and you certainly don't need geometry. In another scenario, you're screwed anyway. What difference does it make? Well, look, I know proper grammar and trigonometry, so when the devil comes, see, that's not gonna help you, right? So that's the thing with these guys. In some crazy twist, I'll give them credit for being true believers. They really believed. I mean, they're like, man, this thing's around the corner. I don't know what's gonna get here first, Jesus or the pizza. Okay? And come to find out it was the pizza. Jesus still holding. It's been in a holding pattern for 2,000 years. Do you know that when the Bible first came out, it's kind of a funny thing to say because the Bible didn't come out for hundreds of years after Jesus Christ, right? But right after Jesus died, according to people who never saw him, who wrote the Bible, anyway, they said, oh, Jesus, he's gonna come back, man. I mean, look, I know he rose from the dead. It's a matter of time. If it's not Saturday, it's Sunday, okay? Right? Didn't come back then. The Bible comes out a couple hundred years later. People are like, if it's not Tuesday, it's definitely by Wednesday. Come to find out several thousand years later, still not here, people still waiting. Now, my favorite person in the story is one of the daughters who just got tired of not getting schooled. Look at this, a bit of an American hero actually. District Attendance Officer Mark Mendoza later confirmed that one of the daughters, Tori, had run away from home to attend school and was enrolled at Coronado High School. So apparently, at least one member of the McIntyre clan had some sense about them. Tori McIntyre, first person ever in American history to run away from home to go to school. So good for you, good for you. I hope they catch her up as soon as possible. She's gonna ace music, but other than that, she's got a lot of learning to do ahead of her, and I love her for wanting to do that learning. Okay, you might want to prepare just in case you're wrong and you don't want to screw up your entire kid's future because Jesus didn't come to save them.